Hi everybody, I finished my Steampunk Debutante album, and it's an 8x8 chipboard album using the Graphic 45 Steampunk Debutante collection. It has a ribbon binding, and the cover has some Prima bling in a kind of charcoal gray that I thought had a smoky, steamy look to it. Die cut from the collection, some 7 Gypsies gears, Wild Orchid Crafts flowers, and then some of the metal flowers from the concrete section at Michael's, or the garden section, and then another die cut from the collection. And I left it mostly plain because this image is pretty, and I thought that she maybe would want to title it later. So then we turn to the first page, and we have Tim Holtz gears and some Tim Holtz bead chain and more Wild Orchid Crafts flowers. And then I cut some butterflies from actually the Webster's Pages Postcards from Paris collection, and that's also where these balloons come from. They fit in really well with the collection. And there can be a photo here, and then there's journaling on here, and then another photo here. And then this page, this is a Hampton Art, an old Hampton Art corset stamp called Corset ATC, and then here's the 7 Gypsies stamp set, Steampunk, I think it's Paddington is what it's called, with little gear, and the gear holds this shut, and it flips open. There's some die cuts from the collection and a little journaling spot, then room for another small photo on the back here, and then just closes back like that. And then the same thing here, when you pull this out, there's stamps from 7 Gypsies and room for a photo on the back, or journaling if she wants to use those lines. And then this opens, and it's a photo mat. And I used some of the Tim Holtz masks to get these gears on the background here. And then this is a simpler page. There's room for a large photo here, and then I have some Prima flowers and leaves and some Wild Orchid Crafts flowers. And then a memo pin is holding this, which could have another photo on it or some journaling on the back. And then another memo pin holds this 7 Gypsies charm, then a photo here. And then this page, this is just a little flip book I made, and there's room for photos on the front and back of each of these flips, and each flip is just decorated with a little gear, 7 Gypsies gear. And then another photo could go here underneath. They're just held on with a little bit of lace. And then this large image, I gave this coming out of her head. This is some of the Prima lace and pearls. And I changed the color of the lace and then had it so it looked like a feather coming out of her cap. And then this page has butterflies from the paper collection, as well as Prima Pearl trails, and then some Wild Orchid Crafts flowers that I sprayed, and then there's an aluminum rose as the flower center there. And then this is a die cut from the collection, and then this tag pulls out, and there's room for journaling on the back there. And then a small photo on the front, and another photo could go here. And then here is an extremely large double slider pocket, and some pearls. Like, I want it again to look like a feather being held with a headband. And then Wild Orchid Crafts flowers and metal leaves decorate the slider, and then you pull it out, and there's room for a large photo up here and a lot of journaling down here. And then this page, whoops, turned that too fast. This page has a 7, or not a 7 Gypsies, a Graphic 45 policy envelope that I flipped upside down, and I sort of made this weird photo mat contraption out of it. And you pull on this rose, and then this photo mat comes out. And I used a Prima mask on the back there. And then, because it's an envelope, an upside down envelope, she's just attached to the flap. So she flips down so a large photo can go here. And then, because it's an envelope, I cut off the bottom and turned it into a pocket. And then that's in the pocket. This page is the waterfall flipbook that you saw me make in a previous video, and I just decorated it with some white Prima flowers that I covered with Pearl X that I made into a little paint, and then some aluminum flowers and more gears. And then you saw before, which just flips up. And there's mostly photo mats, but I did include this one journaling spot, but there's room for really large photos here. Okay, so the next page is a large accordion pocket, and it expands so she can really stuff it full of photo mats if she wants to. And it already has quite a few things in it. It's got this extremely large photo mat with room for journaling on the back that just stamped. And then another large photo mat, room for photos on both sides. And then some smaller little guys for smaller photos, or maybe a little bit of journaling, but just decorative, and just, you can just add photos on cardstock. And then these flowers I sprayed with glitter mist, and then I put the rock candy crackle paint on them, and that is what caused them to kind of curl up and gives them that kind of shiny leather sort of look. It was really fun to do. And then some of them I inked over them with broken china after I had done that, and that's where I got these greener flower centers. And then here's just another 7 Gypsies charm, and it's holding one of those keys from the Michaels Industrial Chic collection. And then this page is a pocket as well, so she can either slide something underneath, or she can just put a large photo here. And then there's some trim, and there's a little memo pin that holds this philosophy tag, I think they're called. I'm not sure. It says Inspire, and then some Wild Orchid Crafts flowers, and Tim Holtz clock. And then a vintage inspired button and a Prima flower, and some Prima leaves, and a button that's strung with wire. And some photo corners here to frame it all in. And then this page has, this is that black rosette trim. And then here's some black lace and then pearls, and a large photo can go here. And here's another memo pin with one of those 7 Gypsies charms, and some die cuts from the collection, Prima flowers and leaves. And I duplicated this image over here because I figured there would be a large photo here, and then so we didn't completely lose the image. I made this, and this is a gatefold photo mat, and there's some Wild Orchid Crafts flowers here, some metal photo corners, just a little teeny bit of bling here. And this conceals a magnet, which is holding the whole thing shut. And so there's room for a small photo here, and this is functional to get underneath it. Large photo here, and then journaling here. And then this next page has a photo mat here that I framed out with some link chain from the beading section at Michael's. And then this is a Tim Holtz key that has another industrial chic charm hung from it with a doubled up hitch fastener. And then some die cuts from the collection, another clock, and some more wild orchid flowers. And here's some lace trim from my stash, and some more of the pearl trim, and a little copper ribbon there. And then this is a pocket that I made myself, and then after I had made it, I ran it through my die cut and used the Tim Holtz on the edge die to give it this shape. And then inside is a tag, the room for a photo on the front there, and then room for some journaling on the back. And the last page has this beaded trim hanging down and this row of flowers. I kind of wanted it to look like she was standing behind a fence or a railing or something. So that's what the beads are for, to give it that vertical lines. And then there's a row of flowers. Then I just cut out this large image and put it on this background paper, and I accented her in a few places with some stickles so she'd be sparkly. And then that's pretty much it. And on the back is just a little graphic 45 staples pocket with just my information and who it's for. So there it is, my completed steampunk album. I'm glad it's finished, and I hope you enjoyed it.